What? Black Israelites? Hebrew Israelites point to the chapter of Deuteronomy 28, in particular a passage that describes how the biblical Israelites will be sent back in ships to Egypt for their disobedience to God, as a prophetic foretelling of the enslavement of African people in the Americas.
Shalom, brothers and sisters. It's the Hebrew Life again. I'm Base Jerusalem, and I'm back with another lesson. Somebody's lying. Either the pastor's lying, or the Most High's lying, and his prophets is lying. Let's find out today. In the King James Version, it says that Christ was hung on a tree. Yes, hung on a tree, just like a slave fresh off the ships. Now, if America is a so-called land that God is going to bless, God bless America, how could they be blessed when a man is hung on a tree in this land? This land has been taken by bad blood. Christ has redeemed us from the curse of the law, being made a curse for us. For it is written, cursed is everyone that hangeth on a tree. Christ was a relative of the so-called African Americans in the United States. We have a connection. Christ was hung on a tree. We were hung on a tree. Christ was persecuted. We were persecuted. See, they want to deny the fact that we are the relatives of Christ himself. And we suffer the same curses as him by being hung on a tree. Nowhere in these scriptures are you going to find he was nailed to a cross. You're not going to read it. The King James Version will say he was hung on a tree. This is not a misprint. Yes, you heard it right. Jesus was hung on a tree. Just like a slave in the South. Well, a tree is wood. I even heard Christians say that. Well, a tree is, a wood, so technically it's a cross. No. It did not say he was nailed to a plank of wood. It did not say he was nailed to a cross. It did not. He was crucified on a tree, not on a plank of wood. He was hung on a tree. Let's read it again, so I don't get it wrong. Let's read it again. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But let's see why he blessed this woman, because she acknowledged her place. She knew we were the kings and priests of this earth. Yeshua helped this woman, but she had to acknowledge her place as a dog amongst Israel. But she acknowledged her place, and she acknowledged that Israel are the masters of the earth.
Shalom, this is Truth Unveiled, and I just want to share some truth with you all, some more truth, and just really expose the lies that are going on out there. This has to do with the real Messiah, who is the Son of Yah, and he was in fact hung on a tree, and he is in fact quote-unquote black. No, he was not nailed to no cross. He is in fact black, quote-unquote, Negro, and he was in fact hung on a tree. All of my sources are found on BibleHub.com. Where is all this cross stuff coming from? Why would they use the quote-unquote cross before there was even a Christ if he supposedly was hung to the cross, which he was not? Now, what about the fact that the Messiah was actually black? Revelation chapter 1, verses 14. His head and his hair were white like wool, like snow, and his eyes were like a flame of fire. His feet were like burnished bronze when it has been made to glow in a furnace. And his voice was like the sound of many waters. He's powerful. The false Messiah. It's going to be Satan in disguise who comes as the false Messiah. Now, if you don't believe me, then you'll believe the Bible on these facts, because it is clearly right here.
Carrying the cross by himself, he went to the place called Place of the Skull, Golgatha. There, they nailed him to the cross. Bible writers weren't the only ones talking about crucifixion. So did the Romans. Romans didn't just write about crucifixion. They reported the crucifixion of Jesus. Pilate, at the request of our leaders, sentenced him to death by crucifixion. The fact that Jesus lived and was crucified isn't just a story in the Bible, Christian scholars say. It's written into Roman history.